Thank you, chorus. This year we have an amazing young lady delivering a message that will touch everyone's heart, Miss Vanessa Velez.
Good evening, 2009 graduates. How are y'all feeling? Excited? Good. It's been 13 years of school and has led us up to this point. And to be honest, it doesn't really feel like 13 years. And for most of you sitting in this room, it feels like just yesterday we were putting on our crowns and heading off to the last first day of high school. Okay, so maybe high school didn't always go your way. Maybe sometimes you hated everyone, got CSI, had to wake up early to serve that session at Saturday school, or maybe you're lucky few who tripped in the middle of the hallway and totally ate it in front of, well, everyone. No matter what group, class, or person you were, Sunset's always been there for us since day one. Whether it was Dr. Cox telling you simply cannot hide that night pride, in which many of you followed with, why yes, I can, or maybe it was all the times that APs pounced on you in the hallway for wearing a hot pink sweater or a plaid button-down shirt, in which they quickly whisked you away to CSI room, where you later contracted frostbite from the sub-zero temperatures. Either way, most of us certainly made a mark on the big mustard-colored building with a mascot on the front that resembled a gladiator rather than a knight. But it's okay, Sunset, we forgive you. Because freshmen here, we had McDonald's, the chicken chop chop, and even soda. It's been 4 years, and somewhere between, I met people that would know for years to come, met teachers who taught me more than I could have thought possible, and learned more about myself than I ever could have outside of those windowless walls. So now our journey through life truly begins. High school graduation is one of many milestones you've accomplished throughout your lives. And although some may say that life began when you were born, you could also say that real life begins when you leave high school. So look to your left and look to your right, because this may be the last time we're all together as Sunset's class of '09. There are 4 years of high school. There have been some dramatic changes throughout all of our lives, but I know that within each and every one of you lies the power to make our nation a better place. Whether one of you may have the potential and determination to cure what is now a terminal disease, or whether it be fabricating a brilliant economic plan, you all have an equal opportunity at achieving greatness. It is true, life is a bit like a science experiment, and life's turbulences do consist of trial and error. And yes, at times our errors might seem permanent. But as Henry Miller once said, develop interest in life as you see it. In people, things, literature, music, the world is so rich, simply throbbing with rich treasures, beautiful souls, and interesting people. Forget yourself. So I ask all of you to take the aforementioned into consideration, because from here on, your character will truly be tested. You may feel like giving up, letting go, or ignoring what's in front of you. But never forget this. All of your choices in life lead to bigger and better things, even the setbacks. And remember, anything that's ever been successful is just a series of mistakes. My favorite word has always been resilience. It means the ability to recover quickly from depression or discouragement. And the word itself describes more its definition. It defines a state of mind. Because no matter who you are, we've all been told we can't. We've all been faced with hardships at one point or another. Recently, we lost 2 friends along our way here. And whether you knew them personally or whether you passed by them in the halls every day, both of our friends were easily the 2 nicest kids you could ever come across at Sunset. Both boys had charisma, charm, and left a lasting impression in all of our lives and our hearts. This was truly a test to ourselves, to our school, and to our spirits. Both boys taught us all a very important lesson. We are not invincible. We are fragile, and our time here is limited. Sometimes we forget who we are. We forget to be nice, to have patience, and to live one moment at a time. And if there's anything that you all have taught me, it is that working together and helping each other when we need it the most is by far the most important step to moving back to what our normal is. For many, accepting and moving on is difficult. For some, it may take months, days, years. But whatever pain lingers in your heart, you can depend on one of us to lend you a shoulder to lean on. So the bonds that we have formed, the bonds that have carried us to this stage, the problems we've come to resolve, and the spirit that we brought back to our senior class, know that we all come together and become one. It is truly a night thing.